What is up, ladies and gentlemen of the online Jamily? This, of course, is JamiroFan 2000 with another episode of JamiroFan Talks About. This, of course, for the uninitiated, is my recurring series, discussion series, looking at the past, present, and future of Jamiroquai, and they're now over 30 years of musical making. And this episode is going to be dealing with apparently Jamiroquai's music being remastered in yet another new revolutionary audio format. Let me give you a little bit of context. A lovely member of the Jamily over on the Jamiroquai subreddit reported that he discovered that apparently a Jamiroquai song just recently popped up on a new Apple Music music streaming playlist called Made for Spatial. Apparently, it was a playlist of classic and new songs that have been remastered in this new audio format called Spatial Audio that was being spearheaded by a project called Dolby Atmos. And people who don't know the name Dolby, Dolby has been around omnipresent a lot in the motion picture industry and the music industry as a man, Thomas Dolby, who created Dolby Digital. He was a man who was a bit of a one-hit wonder in music back in the 1980s with a very kitschy song called She Blinded Me with Science. But Thomas Dolby was actually a revolutionary figure in the world of audio and bringing audio and increasing the audio, the clarity of audio for like films and music and what have you. But apparently, it looks like that this playlist includes a Jamiroquai single from 1996 with Virtual Insanity. So I did a little more digging about this. It's very interesting. It's not the first time Jamiroquai's music has been remastered in new cutting-edge audio formats. There was some of the Jamiroquai's music ended up being put on Super Audio CDs, which were specifically sold in Japan, and then some Jamiroquai music was remastered on YouTube and other places in music streaming for better, wider clarity. But this is the first time we've really seen Jamiroquai's music go a bit to the third dimension on an audio format, and it's very, very interesting. So I checked out the new that Jamiroquai song is part amongst a bunch of other songs on this playlist that is only available to hear in its entirety over on Apple Music's official music streaming service. But I did a little more digging to find out more about Dolby Atmos and, of course, these new spatial audio format, and I found out a little more information, very interesting information about what this curtails. But apparently, Dolby Atmos was a surround sound technology developed by Dolby Laboratories, which of course is owned by Dolby Digital. It expands the existing sound systems by adding height channels, allowing sounds to be interpreted as three-dimensional objects, which is very, very radical sounding, but very, very interesting. And according to the other write-up I found, Apple Spatial Audio itself, the Apple Spatial Audio that is developed by Dolby Atmos, takes the 5.1 to 7.1 in Dolby Atmos signals and applies directional audio filters, adjusting the frequencies that each ear hears so that the sounds can be placed virtually anywhere in 3D space. Sounds will appear to be coming in front of you from the sides, the rear, and above. So with spatial audio, basically in layman's terms, instead of the audio being separated by instrumentation like drums on the high or synth in the middle, or the vocals on low, or the vocals in the back, the spatial audio direction makes all the sounds come from different directions, like from directionally, if a person is recording a vocal right straight into the mic, then the spatial audio would separate that audio mix and put it right in front of you in your mind's eye when you listen to it. Same thing with the instrumentation. If the bassist was really low, or the bassist was really high, or the drummer's really high, or the drummer's really low, they would position them in the audio mix so they sound more isolated. Now, this is a very interesting premise for a new audio format, and I like to send a massive props to the member of the Jamily over on Jamiroquai, who alerted everybody on the Jamily about this, because this is very, very interesting. And I don't know if this means that all the Jamiroquai music, at least in regards to the Apple Music audio format, if this means the whole Jamiroquai catalog of music will be remastered into spatial audio for future music streaming. But I'm willing to do my due diligence to do a little bit more digging to find out if this is absolutely true, because based off the 30-second clip that I heard on that said playlist called Made for Spatial on the Apple Music's official website, this sounds very intriguing and could be something very, very cool. But you can check out this audio clip of Virtual Insanity on this said playlist on Apple Music for free. If you'd like to check out that 30-second audio clip of Jamiroquai's Virtual Insanity in spatial audio, I'll be sure to put a link to that playlist that is currently available on Apple Music. And you can also sample 36 samples of all the other songs on that playlist, old artists and new artists. So it's not just an old artist-centric type playlist. This covers everybody, and it's a very, very interesting listen, especially if you're an old music fan like me who listens to everything and wants to hear something a completely different way. But if you'd like to check out that playlist, I'll be sure to put a link to that said Apple playlist called Made for Spatial down into the description area of this video down below. So be sure to check that out, and be sure to leave your impressions of what you think of Jamiroquai's Virtual Insanity in Spatial Audio down in the YouTube's comments area down below. I'm most interested in reading all of your feedback. But I think this is pretty interesting, and I think it's pretty exciting because it's basically bringing music up to another level, at least on the audio clarity grounds that we've never seen before in music appreciation and music listening. So props to the people at Dolby Atmos for pretty much possibly upping the audio game on music comprehension and appreciation with this brand new move over there on Apple Music. But as always, this is JamiroFan 2000. I hope you enjoyed this episode of JamiroFan Talks About. Be sure to like and subscribe, and be sure to ding the bell on your YouTube to stay up to date on all the brand new content coming from the JamiroFan 2000 YouTube channel as we roll into the summer of 2022. I will try to bring you all the news that I can when it becomes available, where I can, when I can. But like I said, if any more details that I find out, at least on my own queries, or that comes out from Apple Music pertaining to spatial audio, Dolby Atmos, and the music of Jamiroquai, I'll be sure to pass it on here in a future episode here of JamiroFan Talks About or Jamiroquai Minute here on my YouTube channel. But as always, this is JamiroFan 2000, and I'll see you really soon with much more Jamiroquai-related content here on the JamiroFan 2000 YouTube channel. Bye-bye, everybody, and take care.